যারা আমাকে দেখছেন শুনছেন সবাইকে শুভেচ্ছা। আজকে আমাদের সেশনে অসম্ভব গুরুত্বপূর্ণ এবং আহ, আমার খুব প্রিয় একজন অভিনেতা বিপিন শর্মা, যাকে আমার ধারণা আপনারা চেনেন তারে জামিন পার যারা দেখেছেন, এবং রিসেন্টলি পাতাল লোক, গ্যাংস অফ ওয়াসিপুর। তো এমনই একজন সিনিয়র এক্সপিরিয়েন্সড এবং সব থেকে বড় কথা হচ্ছে উনি জীবন থেকে শিক্ষা নেওয়া একজন মানুষ, পরবর্তীতে একাডেমিতেও শিক্ষা নিয়েছেন অ্যাক্টিং এর উপর। আজকে অতিথি হিসেবে আমরা তাকে নিয়ে আসছি। আশা করছি কিছুক্ষণের মধ্যেই তিনি আমাদের সাথে জয়েন করবেন। আপনারা দেখুন, লাইক করার দরকার নেই, শুনুন। কেউ যদি শেয়ার করতে চান, খুবই গুরুত্বপূর্ণ আলোচনা হবে এবং ওনার জীবনের গল্প শোনা এবং সেখান থেকে যদি আমরা সামান্য কিছু শিখতে পারি, আমার মনে হয় আমাদের কাজে লাগবে। তো আপনাদের আপনাদের কাছে রিকোয়েস্ট করবো না, আপনাদের বলছি, আপনারা যদি মনে করেন আপনাদের কাছের কারো উচিত এই আলাপটা শোনা, তাহলে আপনারা শেয়ার করতে পারেন। আমরা অপেক্ষা করছি বিপিন শর্মার জন্য। আই থিংক হি ইজ হিয়ার। হাই বিপিন,
Hi,
হাউ আর ইউ? গুড টু সি ইউ।
good to see you too, Ari.
Yeah. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Some days are better than others. Some days are terrible,
Yeah.
Bit of that kind of a time.
So you are talking from Bombay or
Yeah. I'm in Bombay. Yeah.
okay. So how is life there? I mean, your neighborhood and your place, is it safe?
Yeah, Mumbai has a lot of cases, unfortunately, but the area I am in, you keep hearing cases here and there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy because it's everywhere right now. So you have to be really careful and be very, very cautious.
Yeah. I think we all should, because
Yeah.
life is the precious things now, because
Absolutely.
it's become day by day less important. People are
Yeah,
dying
that's
everywhere.
true. Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for joining us today, and it's a privilege for us to have you on our show. And for the audience, we are sharing this live session through our Facebook and YouTube. You can just join in and share to your friends also. And after like 30 minutes, 40 minutes of conversation, Manoj Kumar, he's by his work, he's really like famous actor from Bangladesh also. So he will join to talk
Great.
Vipin directly, and that will be, I think, a wonderful session. So
Thanks for having me, Ari. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
thank you so much. So I did some research, and I found you have a tremendous story of your life, and I can tell it's a revenge story that motivate you to become an actor. So can you share your story to us? I'm a little bit nervous today because you're such a big actor,
No. Let's just
and
chat.
I
We are just
can't.
having a chat. Nothing. It's not a big thing. It's not a big deal. We're just having a conversation. Maybe it's like you and I are sitting in a cafe and meeting for the first time and chatting. That's it. There's nothing more to it, actually.
Thank you. Actually, I before you start, I want to share a little story about you that is related to me. Um, Yesterday, while I was thinking what kind of question I should ask you, and during that time, I just closed my eyes and trying to remind like what kind of appearance I have, uh, like Vipin Sharma acted in on screen, and then suddenly a father character appeared in my mind, that is from Taare Zameen Par, and a particular scene where the boy trying to read a very complicated English word, amphitheater, and then the father looking at him from distance, and he was crying. That particular scene just reminded me my father. I lost my father in 2017. So
Oh,
from that moment, I couldn't hold my tears, and I felt like, oh my god, this is actually a momentum that all the actors they are finding through their works. to give the audience like that can relate also for their own lives. So you
Yeah.
did that brilliantly in my childhood age, and you're still doing. I just watched Patal Lok also. Such a such an organic and natural acting. So
Thank you.
I just want to know how it happens. And what was the story that provoked you to get in this journey as an actor?
Well, I was fascinated from very early when I was a kid and wanted to see movies. Those days, television was the only way. Cinema halls were there, but I grew up in a poor neighborhood, so we didn't have any electricity, and we used to go watch movies in. There were rich people around us, and some of my friends' mothers used to work in those houses. So I used to tag along with them, and it was during one of those days that something kind of happened, which as a child I reacted badly, and I basically there was a movie called Achanak which had no songs. Vinod Khanna film. When I read about it in the newspaper, I said I should see this film because this sounds very different. But unfortunately,
Hmm.
nobody let me in their house to watch the movie, and all my friends are already gone. So I got very angry and I broke someone's gate in Delhi, and I got very scared because my dad didn't like it. Sometimes he used to beat me up because of the Sunday movies, and he was somewhere worried that I might run away from home and go to Bombay. Um, that day when I broke someone's gate, I was very upset, and I kind of think I made a vow. Okay, these very people who are not letting me in one day will be watching me on their television sets. I
Wow.
kind of was very angry because I didn't understand what's wrong with me wanting to see a movie. It was a child's question, you know. I couldn't find the
Hmm.
answer, so I basically decided, okay, maybe I should find the answer by myself. And I guess it was that anger that made me think that. Yeah, so that's how it kind of started in my mind.
That's a real life motivation, and we all facing same kind of situation also, because we all uh, come here from middle class family, and we all have like big dreams. And for you, like, you didn't had that kind of courage to move to Bombay that time, but we all are like, Dhaka is like Bombay. We always try to come in this city to be an actor and filmmaker. It's a kind of fairy world.
Mm.
So yeah, but behind all these fairy tales, there is so many struggling story, and you just share one out of thousand stories. And I read that later on you decided to get into a theater, because during that time you felt like theater acting is necessary for your acting journey. So how did you think that during that time?
Well, I heard in a radio interview by a very well-known Bollywood actor Sanjeev Kumar, and he was saying that if you want to do films, if you want to act in films, start with theater, and that's kind of stayed with me. And I started looking for a theater group in Delhi, and
Hmm.
yeah, that's how it started. And then I was lucky; I got admission in the National School of Drama. Uh,
Okay.
So I was very fortunate that it kind of worked out for me at a very early stage. I didn't have to struggle a lot in terms of getting trained, and got one of the best schools in India. So yeah.
So it's how was the experience? Like, I can guess it was really difficult for you to cope up. You came from like slum reality, and then the best school for acting entire India. So how was the experience at the beginning?
It was a
The
great experience because in the school we never felt that the rich and poor, or uh, whatever race, religion, from where you are, didn't matter because we were all students, and everybody was there with one aim to study theater, acting, direction, art direction, everything. So it was a great time. That also, it was a great time also in the sense that it gave me, it was a mini India in a way. In one place you have people from all over the country, because they take two students from every state on an average. So
Mm-hmm.
every year for 3 years, you keep meeting people who are from everywhere, and you get a sense of other states, other people. It's a great eye opener. It teaches you how important it is that we're all one. No matter what, we're all one. We all have same blood. We all have same everything. It's there is no difference. So this was a great lesson. It was a great place, actually. Never felt like an outsider or poor at all. you know
So, as an alumni, later you must go there also, to motivate young filmmakers.
no, unfortunately, I have not been able to go. I mean, I go back whenever I'm in Delhi. I definitely go back and visit, but I have not had a chance to interact. Of course, I interact with students who are in Bombay, and here and there, worked with some, but not on a regular basis, because it's very
Hmm.
difficult to leave Bombay and kind of go and do workshops and things like that. Sometimes time becomes very crucial. So no, I haven't been able to do that as much as I would like to. Maybe soon.
Yeah, yeah. So when Taare Zameen Par happened after this
Uh,
drama school?
long after that, because I quit acting for many years, over a decade. I was not very confident of acting, and I was not in India also. I left the country. I traveled a lot. I was everywhere, actually. I was in Russia. I was in Germany. I ended up in Canada. So I quit acting and I became an editor. But somehow I never. I always thought one day I'll act. And Irfan, being a very dear friend, whenever I came to Mumbai, I used to meet him. And once I came, he said, "Do see my film Makbul. It's a great film." And I
Mm,
watched it and I
yeah.
loved it. And I told him, I said, and he was also saying, things are changing in Hindi cinema. It's a good time. You should. So I said to him, I said, I have not completely given up on acting. I want to come back. So he said, come back here, come back to India. So it's kind of started like that. I went back and I decided that I need to study acting again, because there was a long gap in between. And that was a right decision on my part. And I'm glad I took that decision, and basically went back, studied acting again, and came back.
So, like you came back and directly approached to the people who are working Taare Zameen Par, or like they called you? What happened?
Well, I was friends with Amol, who was the writer of the film and was directing at that time, and he introduced me to the film. I had a conversation with him in his office, which he taped on his camera, and but later on he was auditioning, and I helped him audition the kids, and Darshil was one of them. So one day I asked him, I
Mm-hmm.
said, "Who's playing the father character?" And he said, "Amir will decide. We might go for a known name." And I had
Mm-hmm.
auditioned for the warden and the Hindi teacher character.
Yeah.
So I asked him. I said, "Let me audition for the father," and he said, "Well, yeah, you can do it." So I went to the office. There was nobody there. I caught hold of an assistant and I said to her, Ritu was her name. I said, "Ritu, please audition me." He said, "But you're not supposed to do this role." I said, "I've taken permission and I want to do this," and I did that, which I am very glad I did that, because I didn't think of the result. I just did it, and I was up whole night that night before the audition
Mm.
next day, and I heard later on that Amir saw it, he loved it, and that's how I got into the film. Actually, I wasn't supposed to
So,
do that role.
wow, that's a kind of miracle happened. So I'm so curious about to know. Amir Khan was also an actor, and later he decided to direct because there was someone else to
Yeah.
direct, and then I don't know what happened, but Amir continued as a director. So what was
Yes.
your experience to see him from actor to director and directing to you as an actor?
I had a great experience with him because he was an actor. He is an actor himself. So he always said to everyone around him, nobody should trouble my actors, you know. So he was our guy in a way, you know, and it was a great time. We used to play Uno, me, Darshil, Tiska, and Amir, and I never felt this was my first film. He never made me feel that this is my first film. I never felt it. He never criticized. If the scene was not happening, he would keep pushing. And one day, I remember one scene. I somehow was, I don't know what was happening to me. I was very sleepy or something. You know, mind you, this was my first film, and I had just gotten back into the rhythm of waking up early mornings and all that, which wasn't the case because I was editing and late nights were the normal thing for me. So we gave a lot of takes, and after long, I think 6-7 takes, it was okay. So I went up to him and I said, "I'm really sorry. I hope you were happy." He said, "If I wasn't happy, I wouldn't have let you go." So
Oh wow.
yeah, it was a great experience. He was very laid back. He's a very kind-hearted man. That's what I felt about him. He's a great guy, actually. I wish I could work with him again. Let's hope. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, yeah. And the specification of that particular character, the characteristics and the vision of that character, the father character, it was from the writer or from the director or from you. You know how you portray the character on screen.
Well, it's a combination of everything. Uh, I mean, most of it is written in the script. All of it is in the script, and then when you learn your lines and you speak them and bring in emotions, and the director is there to kind of remind you what the scene is about. Yeah, I think it's a combination of all those things. I can't take the credit alone, because it's the filmmaking, as you know, is a very, very collaborative medium, and because it
Yeah.
happens so instantly, it's there, it's always there, right on the spot. You know, it's not like theater.
No.
It's there. So as an actor, you work with a lot of everybody is contributing to you: the makeup, the costume, the assistants, the director, everybody. So it's a very it's a combination of many things, actually.
So still you think to be an actor, theater is really necessary or not?
I would say training is very necessary, whether it's a theater training, or you study in a film school, but it is very important. What theater does is really very interesting, because theater teaches you the value of the spontaneity, because in theater you're right in front of the audience. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
like you can make a mistake, but then you can't say oops, I made a mistake. You have to
Yeah.
keep going, and I think that teaches you lots about. And also, because every show you can experiment, every show you can try something new. So there is that part, but I don't necessarily will say that theater is very, very important. But I guess, having done it myself, I think it gives you a great exposure to the whole world of acting, and really teaches. You can learn a lot, because it's very practical. You are there in front of the audience, and you rehearse. So the exploration of the character through rehearsals is also a very good process to learn, which you can use in theater, in the film afterwards. You know,
Yeah.
but
Agreed.
I think
Agreed.
it's quite important if you're able to do theater, and it's a great thing, actually.
Yeah. And you mentioned about Irfan. I just want to get back to him also. Like the relationship is really important for everyone, definitely. But for you, I know like it's most important thing after family. You care about friends. So um, can you tell something about the relationship between you and Irfan? Because he somehow provoked you to come back to this industry. Yeah, like
Well, he was we 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 knew each other for so many years. We go back to NSD hostel days, and after that, I came to Mumbai. He came. I worked with Shyam Benegal on a couple of TV series, which he watched some of my scenes and he loved it, and he always said, you're really good. I really like your work. We stayed friends. He always spoke about acting. Whenever I came to India, he was the first person I would call and meet, and we always discussed acting. And he was always very curious. He would always ask me, "Koi nayi kitab aayi hai acting pe? Suggest a new book because whatever I've studied is all used. I want to learn something new." He was always very curious, and so for me, I lost a very very dear friend, and he was always very honest about his opinions. He never said anything just because I'm a friend. He was always very very open, very honest. you know
Yeah.
uh, it's difficult to find friends like that, because Mumbai, I one thing I miss is that people don't criticize each other. Everybody just keeps praising each other, which I find very kind of not very good for
Yeah.
our growth. We need to criticize films, we need to criticize acting, we need to be vocal about it, but nobody does it, and I am included in that. I also don't get to do that. I can do it amongst friends, but not in a very open way. So it's very hard, because acting as it is a very sensitive thing. So sometimes it's difficult to, but it's very important, to be honest. It is very important, and I think that's something about him that I will definitely miss. He was great
Yeah.
when it came to that.
Did you know he acted in a Bangla film also? It's
You
called
know,
Dub.
I was on a shoot with him, and his guy who did his hair and his makeup, they had so many stories from Dhaka. They used to
Oh,
laugh
wow.
like crazy. I don't remember, but the stories I don't remember. But I remember that they had a great time, and they. I think they used to talk about somebody who was in the unit, some driver or somebody in the unit that that they really loved, and he loved them, and they had a. I think Irfan had a great time in Dhaka. I could feel that. I could feel that.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you have some imagination about this city and people, right? Dhaka and Bangladesh.
A
Yeah.
few years ago, there was a festival. I had a short film, and I kept telling them, invite me, but they didn't. Somehow, it was a small festival, and I understand. I really was looking forward to come there. Actually, I have a friend
Yeah.
there also. Not friend in the sense. There is a direction students from Satyajit Ray Film Institute in Kolkata.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah. So many.
Lubna Sharmeen. Do you know Lubna?
Yes, yes, yes. I know. I know her. I
Yeah,
know her.
Lubna, I met in SRFTI, and I told her once. I said, "Do a film, I'll come. I'll love to act." And
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very big. I love Bengali. আমি বুঝতে পারি বলতে পারিনি I love it so much. It's a great
So
language,
sweet.
I did a film in Kolkata just last year called Satyamev Jayate. It was a Z5 film.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
tried to learn Bengali, and you'll be amazed. I actually found some YouTube lessons which were created by somebody from Dhaka only, actually. And
Oh,
so I
wow.
learned my Bengali from my YouTube video from Dhaka. And I tried learning, and I tried to speak as much as possible in this. But a language takes a long time. But I'm totally in love with Bengali, and I wish I could learn it and I could speak it. I have, I make most of my friends are Bengali, because wherever I go, I end up meeting someone. I was in Amsterdam, ended up meeting a friend from Kolkata. Wherever I go, I have a lot of Bengali friends, and I really admire the whole.
Mm-hmm.
There's very rarely you will meet a Bengali who's not into reading, writing, music, photography. It's a
Yes.
great thing, actually. I really admire that about people. I crave Kolkata. Every once in a while I want to go there, and I love that city. So I'm sure Dhaka would be amazing to visit. Actually, I would love to.
Yes,
I hope
yes.
something brings me there.
Then I hope we will see you on screen here in Bangla film, definitely.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
make a film together. Absolutely, I would love
Yes,
to.
actually, this program, the motivation came to my mind like we should share our knowledge and our tradition, our medium of arts, we should do something together. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's very important. It's very important. That brings people together. That brings cultures together. That makes us
Yep.
understand each other. Definitely, that's how it should be.
Yes, I'm moved by the story you were sharing. So I'm going back to my next question. It's about Qureshi. One of my favorite
Favorite.
character you played. So can you remember him, or like it's faded away within the time because it's
No,
long
I
time
have.
ago.
No. I have. I, I, I don't remember much about. But the only thing I remember is that when the film was cast, I met Anurag and he said, "Sir, I have cast most of the film. There is not much left, and and I'm casting mostly people who are from UP and all that, who speak the language." So I said, "Yeah, I understand." Then he said, "We'll work on something else." So I was kind of disheartened, but then the casting director Mukesh Chavda came and he said, "There is a small role," and I
Oh, a
said, "Okay,
small
no."
role.
Yeah, and then Anurag also suggested not to do that role for me. But I told him, I said, "I don't want to wait another year to work with you. I want to work with you. So it's okay if it's a small role." And I remember the very first day when we started shooting, Anurag, after the very first day, he came to me and he said, "I am going to increase your character." So I said, "Okay, great." I wasn't hoping, but I'm glad because Ahsan Qureshi became part of a lot of memes. There are a lot of memes with that character, and for me, the character becomes somebody who's a very, very innocent, very, very kind of cute guy. And the most difficult part was I'm a vegetarian, and we were shooting in places where a lot of
Oh,
chopping was happening, and I was miserable. But Anurag was
yes,
very
yes.
kind. He used to remove me from those situations, and so yeah, no, Ahsan Qureshi is definitely one of the most lovely, loving characters that I got to play. Actually,
Yes, and I think people will remember, uh, you know, uh, like throughout the time this character. Such
yeah,
an such a
that film,
fascinating character,
also that film
and
was
also the film, like it's a
yeah,
revolution. While
yeah.
we are talking, I would love to read some questions from the audience also because they are watching and they are participating.
Sure,
So
please. I can't see them, so you have to read them.
yeah, I'll read a young filmmaker. His name is Asif. He's asking, like, you have said in interviews that NSD has changed your life. I want to know the way how it changed actually. Is it the academic process or people you met there? Yeah.
Combination of both. Asif, thank you. It's both. People you meet who really influence you, change your thought process, and also the training. It because it's something that you live for 3 years. You do plays after plays and also take part in all aspects of theater. It's not just acting. You get to taste lighting, costumes, everything. So
Mm.
you learn everything, and you learn through your seniors and people who come there to teach. It's a combination of both of them. Yeah.
Yes, and I think I believe like human relationship is the most important thing. It's a kind of capital. The
Yeah,
more we will meet good people, humble people, the more we'll enrich ourselves. Yeah, I believe
absolutely.
that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So related to this, I want to know, like, do you think your artistic journey changed you as a person?
I hope so. If it hasn't, then it's a waste of time, I think. I hope it has. I hope it has, because you get to play, you get to read, you get to understand mm, people.
Hmm.
You get in the process, you get to understand yourself. And I really do hope. Actually, I honestly feel that I really do hope that it has changed me as a person. Uh, yeah, I hope. I hope it has. I'm sure it has, because it's difficult. It's not possible to stay untouched by all the emotions that you go
Hmm.
through when
Hmm.
you're acting. somewhere it
Yeah.
affects you, somewhere it becomes part of you, and yeah, I think so.
So when you portray one character, how you understand like this is the momentum for this character you are looking for? Because I know it's really difficult to figure out uh, the beat or the moment of a particular character.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
it's a,
it's yeah, it's always there is always something about a character that stands out for me. Every time I read a character that I'm playing, I always try and find something that stands out.
mhm.
It could be something very small. Uh, I don't know. It happens when you're in that process, and one should look for that actually, because that's important.
So if
That's
I
the key aspect that will reach people.
Mhm. Like if I ask more technically, like you know, when you portray a character, uh, when it's like starting to knocking you, like while you are reading, or like after the first read, while you are spending time with the character by yourself, or like when the director giving you the direction about the character.
I think it takes time. It always after a few days into the shoot, I start personally getting a sense that
Mm.
what is it that I'm doing? What is the character? Where it's going? It actually it makes you you can look for it in the readings before the shoot begins, in the discussions and everywhere. But they subconsciously they must matter. But I think the real exploration after 2 3 days of being in the character and shooting, that's why most of the films start with lighter scenes, so
Mm.
that actors can get a sense of the character, because it takes time to get the rhythm of the character, the kind of sur, as a lot of people call it in Mumbai. You When you get that, then the process begins. I think it takes time. It takes 2 to 3 days to really get a sense of it.
Yeah, from your memory, can you remember like the director suggesting you something and you are feeling like, no, I'm not feeling in that way. The character should be something else. I mean, the emotional journey,
Not
and
really. I always
you
know.
had
I
fight.
No, no. I no. I
No.
if I feel I first of all I don't work with anybody who I in the beginning I can feel in the beginning only that this will work or not, because you get a sense of the
Mm,
person and all that. Uh, Even if for me, even if the director is saying something wrong, that for me that is wrong. It may not be wrong.
yeah.
I will
Hmm.
still try it. It still impacts me. I will still go for it, even though I feel it's
Mm,
wrong. But the best thing is, because if you try, even if you're thinking this is not right, something else might come,
yeah.
something else might happen. So as an actor, I think it's good to stay open, and even if you don't like something, give it a try. There's nothing, no harm in it, as long
Yep.
as you are willing to take a chance and be embarrassed about it. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yes, makes sense. I have another question from someone. His name is Fokrulam Shakib. Sir, what are the most important aspects of acting and creating a memorable character? Among the characters you played, which one do you like most? Sir, can you mention some of your favorite performances in the history of cinema? Okay, three different questions, but I think you don't have to answer all the questions. You can choose.
um, I
The first part is
most of
like, yeah, go ahead.
the characters I do, I definitely want to do. Otherwise, I will never say yes. So some characters do stand out than the others for various reasons. For that, obviously, Qureshi is one of them.
Hmm.
I had played a gangster in Sudhir Mishra's film called Ye Sali Zindagi. Tony was the name of the character who tries to speak English. I loved playing that. Of course, Taare Zameen Par is way up there, because being my first film and the most important film which started my career.
Yeah.
I did a film called Gone Kesh, which I actually really love, which is just the other end of Taare Zameen Par. Taare Zameen Par established me as a very angry, uptight dad. I wanted to
Hmm.
change that image, so I did this film Gone Kesh. When I read the script, I decided this is my chance to redeem myself from that angry dad, and I decided in
Hmm.
this film I'm not going to be angry even for a second. So that's also a very interesting, a very memorable film for me actually.
But I heard that you mentioned somewhere you want to also play a woman character.
Oh yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So what about that?
As a male, I will, no matter which male character which character I play, they're all male, right? Male doctor, male this, male that. But it'll be
Hmm.
amazing. The ultimate channel would be to play a woman, because that's something I'm not familiar with. I know, but I'm not familiar with it.
Yes.
I don't live that. It's not in my body is a man's body. It's not. So to be able to experience that is the ultimate in acting actually. And that's why some of the
Hmm.
greatest actors, Dustin Hoffman and all these people, Tootsie and some brilliant movies, it's something very powerful. I would love to experience that actually, to play somebody that I totally, I have no clue. It's a
Yeah.
totally different. I can only guess, but to try and live it, it'll be something totally different actually. Because
Yes.
we have a certain kind of, men have certain kind of, not roughness, but there is a certain kind of, uh, the way we look at things, the way we talk, the way. But women a totally different way. They give birth, which we have
Mm-hmm.
no idea about. So to play somebody like that will be just amazing actually.
I hope I will, I will see this precious performance before I die. I really want to see that. Yes,
I
that would
feel
be a
honored when you say
brilliant
that, Anand.
experience.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
For me also, it
So,
will be great.
so recently I watched Patal Lok, and the beginning was, catching your hand. Like you are the opening of that series. So my question is like, are you enjoying the long series? Because the film is a totally different medium, and to portray the character for a film is different than the long series. And the situation is changing, and we all are depending on online platform, watching movies also on the small screen. So what do you think about the shift from the theater to online, and also from film to long series?
As an actor, I don't think it matters. I'm not really hearing. I can hear you just without it. Actually, I've been here listening to you without the earphones. You can hear me properly.
Yeah, 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 I can hear you. It's
You
fine.
can hear me.
Yes.
It's fine, right? Okay.
Yes.
So personally for me, it doesn't matter because I have to act. Whether it's a small, whether it's 10 days or whether it's 60 days, it doesn't matter. So
Mm.
as an actor, I don't think it matters where you are, whether it's a film or a web series. Um uh, I don't think as an actor it makes a huge difference actually. Not really.
Okay. That's makes sense for me, because an actor is always an actor, no
Yeah,
matter
even if it's my
what is.
phone. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
it should
yeah.
change
So
exactly.
the same thing for every medium. We have, I think, I should check the time, how much time I spent with you. It's 40 minutes. I would love to invite Manoj Kumar, my team. Can you just connect him to this conversation? I just want to see. Oh my God! Look at him. He's.
Hello.
Oh my God, Manoj.
Hello, Dada. How are you? I was listening the
আমি
conversation and
ভালো
I
আমি
was
ভালো
really
আমি খুব
enjoying
ভালো
it. আমরাও ভালো.
খুব ভালো
Yeah, I'm
Good
so
to see you,
happy
brother.
to
You have
have
to teach me
both of you.
Bengali. Manoj, and find me a role.
Definitely,
You're
definitely.
fine.
Yes.
All right, you deserve many good roles, and you will get it, I think.
Thank you.
I think you
I want to
already
speak
did
Bengali.
some.
That's what my main goal is. I would like to speak more and learn more. And yeah.
আমরা তোমাকে ভালোবাসি. You understand that?
Yeah. Everybody does understand that.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody.
Right. So today I was thinking like I want to see if like someone from a different generation from a different country and also someone from here who is doing the same thing and also super famous. So when they will meet, what they will do? They will fight or they will love or they will talk, whatever. I have some questions for both of you. I can ask, but it's open floor. You can ask whatever you want
All
to
right.
each other, definitely. But I can ask also. I have some specific questions for you too. Yeah.
Okay,
Great.
when I'll meet Dada, I will definitely salute him at first, and then I'll hug him.
I will salute you too, Manoj.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then depend that why we are meeting. If it's work, then we'll start to talk about work, and if it's something else, then we'll follow that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So anything from Vipin to Manoj?
I have not I've not seen any of your this thing, but I saw all the things that you've been doing, and so this is great actually that you are doing all the stuff, and all the best to you. And I have already sent you a request. And you
All
have my
right.
number.
I
You have
didn't
my
check.
number, so
I
we
will.
can we
I
will. I always
I'll
give
Please
run.
the
accept.
reason for people to meet.
Yeah, I'll run for it actually.
Yeah, so we will
So
stay in touch, and yeah, absolutely, because
Sure.
yeah, we met, so we all met, and that's how it should be.
yeah.
It should not
Yes.
be a
Yes.
5-10 minutes
Yes.
meeting. It should be a long term relationship, because we are all aiming for the same thing. So in this journey we are all together, you know so it
Sure.
will be I definitely I will always remain available to both of you whenever you need me.
Wow.
Sure,
So
Dada. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a question. Whether I was listening the conversation, it's about Irfan Khan and Taare Zameen Par. What was Irfan Khan's comment, or what Irfan Khan said watching your role in Taare Zameen Par?
Funny thing is, we never chatted about it actually. I'm not lying to you.
Oh, no,
We never chatted.
I do believe you. I do believe you.
We never chatted about it. He was very happy
All
when
right.
I was back, and there was
Okay.
this award ceremony where I was nominated. He was also there, and he was very happy. He hugged me. He came from behind. He hugged me, and I knew that that's it. There is no need to say anything. Yeah, we never had a chat about Taare Zameen Par actually. It's very strange, but that topic never came. Also, Irfan has been traveling a lot. So when I came and did that film, Irfan was getting busy and busy and busy. So we were meeting less and less actually. Mostly we were chatting on the messages and all. So
Yeah.
Right.
So I have a question like for both of you. It's really like interesting question for me. Do you think like audition is really important even for a star? I have two stars in front of me, so I really want to know what you think about that
Okay, Dada.
audition.
it
Yeah,
depends. It depends. Like Dev Patel is making a film in India, and I had done Hotel Mumbai, and
yeah,
I met him at the shoot. We chatted very briefly, like in between the shots, and he saw the film in London, and he told me actually. That's how I know. And he said, I really loved your scenes, and I wanted to meet you. So he met me. We had a chat, and after the chat, the casting director was there, and he was there, and Tess Joseph is one of the most amazing casting directors we have in India. She was there, and a couple of other people, and so he basically it seemed that he didn't want to audition. He just chatted with me, and he was he seemed very happy. And then the casting director said, "Let's do something so that we can send the tape to the producers also, right?" So I said, "Yeah, sure." And he said, "Let's do it here only, where we were sitting." Like he didn't make it a very different kind of an audition that now I should stand up in front of the lights and everything. Wherever we were sitting, he just turned the camera around and told the audition guy, "Okay, let's do it here only, the way we are sitting." So the audition is a very strange process, and I don't think we in India or in there in Dhaka, we have still not understood the whole correct process of it. Actually, we're still trying to understand it. Audition is a very different ball game. Audition is not about how well you will play this character. Audition is more about how close you are to the character at this point. Journey begins later. So the process is a bit complicated, and I think we still have a long way to go. Actually, we are not there. We don't understand the process of auditioning, and I'm sure that's how it's in Dhaka also.
Manoj, yeah, I think Manoj can add.
Actually, in Dhaka, there's a problem that I think we who are star in here, quote unquote, we don't respect and obey the process of audition that much. But we should. Definitely,
yeah,
it depends.
Definitely.
It depends that audition is need or not. But if it's need, then we should obey this. We should respect this.
Also, it should be done properly. It's not just that you are given a scene and you do it in front of a camera and somebody who's just giving you the lines. It should be more intense than that. There should be a thorough process about it. It should not be just because you need to audition, so you need to be put on tape. It's more than that, and I think that's what is missing.
Yeah. I think from this session, the audience and the writer, director, producer who are watching, I think this is the takeaway. This is really important to know. Audition is important, and at the same time, like how to do the audition, it's more important than that.
Absolutely.
So my next question is like, what is the definition of celebrity for you two? Because you have to deal with this quote unquote word and phenomenon.
Manoj, you tell.
Okay. I'm trying to explain. Actually, celebrity, it's a practice actually. Who is he or she is celebrity who practice it. Yes, audience can make celebrity. Audience will choose who will be the celebrity, and all audience will celebrate the celebrity. But there's on other hand practicing. Who's the star? He or she practice it. Without practicing, someone can't be a star. So this is the thing, and
I think Manoj has said it very, very nicely. Exactly.
Yes.
What celebrity means.
Exactly.
You have to practice it.
Exactly. You have to practice. Otherwise, we are not. Because when I have an experience in my university where I teach, there when students come in the very early of the year, they have been so eager about me, so curious about me, to meet me, to talk to me. And when it passed like 6 months or 1 year, they don't have any interest about me, because I don't follow the process of being a star, and I don't practice starism. And on the other hand, they're so used to see me regularly. So when someone is being seen regularly, he or she is not a star. When someone is being someone is becoming like a regular person or not larger than life, is not a star. So it's an illusion. It's just an illusion.
Celebrity is for people. Yeah, you're right. You said it very correctly. Actually, it's for them. It's for the people, for the audience. If you are a if somebody is a celebrity or not. On your own, it makes no sense actually.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
I have an interesting question from Tanzina Firdos Taisin. Both of you have got theater or slash and academics background of acting. May I ask a question, please? How important is it to have a background like that for acting? If I ask more specifically, for good acting, for good acting.
I think Dada already answered this. We need training. We must need training. The training process may vary. It could be academic, it could be in a theater group, or it could be personal, anything. But we definitely need to be trained up.
I say this very funny thing to a lot of people in Mumbai. I ask them, when somebody asks me how important is training, I say to them, will you go to a dentist who is not trained?
Exactly.
Why shouldn't an actor be trained? Why shouldn't you train as an actor? What makes you think that training is something that you don't want to do? You just want to become an actor. There's nothing wrong with training. If you're talented and if you have already established yourself very fast, right in the beginning of your career, great, you are talented, you are. But there is an importance, even after that, you kind of need, and training is a very systematic study of something. Everybody trains. Why not actors? That's a very misconception that actors don't need training. Actors do need training. Why not? And as a matter of fact, actors should train every once in a while again to keep checking yourself, because in acting there is a we have a tendency that, I'm good at it now. That's the most dangerous thing, because then
this is
when
dangerous.
you feel you can do it, it reflects in your character also. If I play a character that I'm really good at this character, it will start showing in the character itself. And so how do you check? And that comes from training,
Yeah.
Training is very important actually. Why not?
Totally agreed. So relevant to this conversation, because you already mentioned, like, after completing your drama school training, you felt like you don't know anything, and you are not a good actor, and then you traveled to Canada and participated in a intense workshop.
I went back.
Yeah.
Studying it. Yeah, absolutely.
So you mentioned that you had you get some really secret method for acting. While Manoj is here, can you share that secret to Manoj to learn and apply?
Yeah, I can add something to this question.
Yeah.
That what was the point that you left acting, and what was the other point that you started acting again?
Well, I left acting because first of all, I couldn't speak English when I was in Canada, so that was one major reason.
Okay.
The other reason was that I never, as an actor, I never had that confidence in me that I'm a good actor or I'm an actor. So I kind of left it, and life took over. I went on to doing, editing and other things, and I quit. But when I came back to it, I realized that a friend of mine actually in Mumbai, when I told him I want to act again, he said, "You are not an actor anymore. You've forgotten acting." So I said, "How can you forget acting? It's you never forget acting. Once you're an actor, you're always an actor." But I realized I've not stepped in front of a camera. I've not stepped in front of the audience. So how can I call myself an actor? And that's when I realized I should retrain myself. And my initial idea was just to go and take some acting classes, workshops, just kind of refresh my memory of it. But I didn't know that I will end up going to one of the most amazing acting teachers in Canada and also in the world. What I studied is called Meisner. Is a Stanford Meisner, a Russian, Polish, Russian, American. They all had studied acting actually for a long time in Moscow. They all went for the method acting. Meisner started his own on school of thought, and he basically went totally different from the other people. And I was very fortunate that I attended classes of a very, very well-known teacher Jacqueline McClintock in Toronto. She was from Montreal. So yeah, that's what I studied, and I came back. I realized after that there's nothing else I can do now. I am good for nothing. Only acting.
But I
Yeah.
just want to say I have just remembered something, that my first theater or acting teacher was an NSDN, and he was Farhad Jaman Polash. I think he is junior than you. I think that Farhad Jaman Polash, and he died before 2.5 an year. But I have got many teachers in my life about acting, theater, design, and everything. But we, not only me, the whole batch, we got him. Can't just forget him ever. And he was nice. And I think that the little I have learned about acting, I have learned from him. So talking to you,
Nice.
I just remembered him.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Actually, that's very unfortunate.
Yeah, of course, and we love him actually.
Yeah. So he was in Rajshahi, right? So he was your teacher, Manoj? No.
Yeah. He was he was from in Rajshahi, but on later he has gone India again for PhD and left the job in Rajshahi University and joined in Shanta Moriam University as the dean there in a faculty.
Okay. So yeah, I think this is the moment we can't say anything. We felt, yeah. Anyway, so my next question is like for both of you,
Sorry,
how
I thought
you
okay, you have a question. Okay. Sorry.
So I was
I thought
asking
you were
like,
gonna say that now this is gonna be a difficult moment because now time to say goodbye. So that's why I laughed. I said,
no. I have I have some more questions, and this session is getting more and more intense and fun. You know, I'm feeling really good to talk to you. But one thing I don't like, all the people they're commenting for you two. Like, you two looks good. This is really great to see you two. I'm nobody. That means, you know, it's that is called celebrity.
You're the most good looking amongst three of us right now.
Yes,
no
way.
Right,
bro?
I agreed.
Hari is the best looking out of us three.
Right.
You are the humble person here. Yeah.
But
anyway,
Dada, of course, humble, and you are clean, fresh, and tender.
Yeah. Yes. So my next question is like, how you deal the director? I mean, the most specifically like the relationship between the director and actor. It's a really complicated relationship. It's a love-hate relationship. So for both of you, like how you and also I want to add, like, do you want to work like any particular director over and over? If yes, then why? Yeah, I think we can start from Vipin.
I would love to keep working with Anurag Kashyap, Sudhir Mishra, Rahul Dholakia. You know, there's some of the directors that I've worked with I really enjoyed. Neeraj Pandey. You know, because it's when you work with these people, when I've worked with these people, it's always a great joy. Sudhir Mishra. You know, it's always a great. It never feels like that you're acting or you are, you know, it becomes more of a very lively experience. You know, it becomes real. It's not just speaking your dialogues and doing a scene. It becomes real. Also, the bonding that happens with certain directors is very, very important. And so you want to keep repeating it, actually. That's what I feel.
Yeah.
It is a very complicated relationship between director and actor because, you know, it's all about emotions. B, it's always about conflicting situations. So, you know, there has to be a bit of a conflict for sure. But that's part of the game, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly. I also
Yeah, go ahead.
want to add to Dada that sometimes I also faced that conflict happened, uh, about the character. What I'm thinking, the director is not thinking in the same way, and there's conversation, and we can call it in Bangla bahas, eh, and then we can get in a decision. And sometimes it's tough to face the conflict and to get to a single decision for both. This is the scenario I faced in my acting life. And on the other hand, the question was what the question was like.
Any names in your mind, like you want to work like
Okay,
more and
I
more?
got it.
It's a
Basically,
kind of political question.
yeah, I know. I have a political answer though.
Okay.
That is that is yes. I want to work with those directors who are so clear about their production, their
No
story, and
names.
everything. Yes, of course, there's some name that, like in Bangladesh, I definitely want to work again and again with Amitabh Reza Chaudhary, Mustafa Sarar Faruqi, and there's many more. There are some new directors like Robiul Robi, Krishnendu Chattopadhyay, Adnan Al Razif, and many more. They are doing so good, though they are not making fiction that much. But if they, I think they can do good.
Okay. Yeah, if they watch this, I think they will start thinking about making more films and cast you, and also like they will think about Vipin.
Oh,
Yeah, I hope so.
and
I want
they
to
will
Yeah.
actually
cast
come and
they
shoot
will
there.
cast me and Dada together.
Yes, that will be a treat. That will be a
Yeah.
treat.
That'll be fantastic.
Yeah. So yeah, I have same question for both of you in a different way. Like Vipin, you started also directing. So why you are shifting your acting journey to directing? And same question to Manoj, like why you are thinking to become a producer, as I know, and you are doing that from your university, all the students projects. So separately, like from we lost Vipin.
Dada, maybe. Yeah. Dada is
Ah,
coming, I think. Should I start? Should I start to say? Oh, Dada is here.
yeah.
So
Sorry, we
that's
lost.
great to know that Manoj is becoming a producer. Now I can come and direct and act.
Wow. Great.
Manoj is going to produce the film. So I found a producer in this chat. That's great. Thanks, Ari.
Yeah. And
Yes.
I went to
that's a
director
pleasure.
because there are some stories that I really want to tell. You know, it's not that I wanted to become a director. I really felt that that these stories I can tell because they kind of resonate with me. And couple of ideas that I have one I have already tried, one I'm going to, are about film industry, how the workings of the film industry, about actors and filmmakers, and that's the zone I'm in. I know it's kind of an insider's point of view, but not a negative point of view. Something that is very compassionate because we are all we are all obsessed. We are all passionate about what we do. So I like movies about movies. I'm a very huge fan of that. So that's why I kind of thought that. And plus, I'm an editor also. I have edited
Yeah.
extensively. That's kind of, and I write. So I felt why not expand a little bit and experiment and explore, writing and directing also as well. So that's the
And
reason.
one supplement
Yes.
question to Vipin, like, do you think this acting experience will help you a lot to direct?
Yes and no. It's kind of hit and miss.
Mm.
Sometimes you think as an actor you can. I know. I know. I'm very very good with actors. I am the most endearing person for an actor if I'm directing an actor because I know what the actor is going through, and I never get angry. I never get upset. I never get irritated. I'm always with the actor because I know the process myself. Sometimes that could be useful, sometimes it could not be useful because
Mm.
it may not work. Sometimes it may not work. Sometimes as an actor you might think this is good, but it may not be as good when you look at it afterwards. So it's more of an experience thing. I guess more I experience, more I will learn about it. And I think
Yeah.
it's you have to be very careful about that if you're an actor director.
And Manoj?
Okay, I want to be a producer because I felt like in our industry, there's the conception of being a producer is missing. Yes, there's people who produce a production, who sponsor, who give money, but the conception of producer, a producer is a father of a production, and has to take care of the production, to carry the production till the end. But I don't find any producer conceptually in here. So and no one is interested to produce. Like no one is interested to get the responsibility. So I thought, and many of my students, they're with lots of ideas, lots of enthus. They wanna work, but they don't have any producer. They don't have any platform. So I think that if I start to produce them in little range, in small range, then it can make a change, make a good change. That's the thing that I have been inspired about being a producer.
So someone
That's
asking
great.
like,
Yes.
someone asking, is there any possibilities to be also in the directing scene, Manoj? Is
Still,
there
I
any
don't know.
possibility?
Still, I don't know. And I do many things actually. I teach, I do acting, I want to be a producer, and I do many more things in my life. And I enjoy to do various things. It may harm my career, but it doesn't matter. I thought a lot. What should I do actually? Direction, acting, or what? Or teaching. Then I got my decision that I will do whatever I will like to do. So I don't know that I'll direct or not. Time will say.
Perfect. So there is some interesting comments I would love to read out. Firdaus Rahman Likhan, he wrote, Vipin Da is a very good opening batsman and opening fast bowler. I know. So, oh my God, like, this is another journey, and unfold it, Vipin.
Thank you.
Oh, I knew that, but I thought like no one will care about that, but people care. And there is another comment, in our country, even in India, this is from Sajidul Islam. Many characters are selected from those persons who don't have any previous acting training or experience. Vipin sir, if you are assigned to be acting director and you are asked to direct such person to act in a film, what strategy you will follow to direct those actors?
You mean the actors who are not actors?
Who doesn't have any training or any
Don't treat them as actors. You have to treat them that they have not done anything, and that's how you should approach them. If you approach them, because a lot of the times when you have somebody who's not experienced, you still approach them as if you're talking to an actor, but they are not as yet. So you have to keep that in mind. You have to pretty much hold their hands and make them walk.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'm agreed. And an actor is like not to play his own character again and again in different fictions. He or she has to play many roles and get that in him or her, and to explore that, to play that. But when an actor hasn't any training, he or she is mostly unable to express different characters, explore different characters. That's the problem. In many situations, we can call so-called actor in our country, they are not trained up, and they play their own character again and again in front of camera, but they can't play a different role rather than who or he is, who or she are they actually. I think I have made it understood to you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay,
Makes sense.
thank you.
And Vipin, you want to ask anything to Manoj, like about any out of any curiosity of Bangladeshi acting scene and actors' experience or anything?
Mostly it's same everywhere. I know that. uh,
Thanks, Dada.
it's not much different, I'm pretty sure. But I've already asked him a question. He should produce a movie which I either direct or act, and he should act also. And
Yeah,
yeah, it'll be great. It'll be great to come and see the scene. Maybe if there is a possibility of us doing kind of some kind of a session with the actors in Dhaka over a weekend or something. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
let's pray and hope that we get out of this mess as soon as possible. Then maybe we can,
Yes.
because you are also at the university, maybe there's a way for us to kind of collaborate on something, and
sure.
that will be. Let's see. Let's keep that in mind,
Sure.
and so it
Yes.
will come there,
It will be great.
experience the
I think.
industry there,
Yeah,
and
sure.
I can organize that. I am a good organizer.
Yeah, of
awesome.
course.
Do that. Let's hope
Uh,
this is over soon.
Yes, yes.
It's getting little difficult.
I have a little question to Dada that what in
Yeah.
I think that acting career is not a national thing right now, or not a local thing right now, like Tollywood, Hollywood, Bollywood. It's not like that right now. It's international. And if someone, a new actor, want to make a career in acting, he or she has to be universal in quality, and the PR should be like international PR. So what's the process? What should we do to be actor for the whole world?
The only thing that an actor can reach the world is through work. Your work speaks. I don't think any PR or any such thing matters. You have to kind of keep looking out for opportunities that will make you work in projects that are international. With web series, that is becoming possible now, but only after your work is seen, you will get that kind of audience. So that's a tough game, because first you need to get, it's a catch-22. You need to get the work and then get popular, and then and once you're popular, you get more roles. So it depends on that.
Yep.
All right.
Somehow find the projects that are of that level.
All right, Dada. I due respect. We have some steps to being an actor right now. Like, first of all, we have to prepare ourselves that, or have to be so confident that yes, I want to be an actor. Then I have to train up myself to be an actor, and then I have to start to explore. Like, I have to make a portfolio, and I have to communicate people who are in this media. And the fourth step is like, I have to maintain PR, because I'm telling about the PR because it's a part of a business actually. Now acting,
Absolutely.
So acting career is part of a business. So where there is business, there is all these things, PR and everything.
Very important. Very important.
So some guys, some people are maintaining all this so well, though they are not that good actress, but they are doing PR well, they are doing many things well, and they are doing better in their career. But on the other hand, there's many actor and actress who doesn't know even about what's the process. They are not doing good in their career. So that's why I was telling about that. What should be the process?
Right. PR is very important. PR is very important. If you have work that speaks, then you should add PR to that. If you don't have anything and you do PR, that's also bad.
That's also bad.
That's negative publicity, because it doesn't work. So if you have good work, then make sure that you enhance it by adding PR to it. Definitely.
Right.
By the
Very
way,
important.
Right.
do you have any
Yes.
fear, agent? Both of you.
Yeah, I do. I do. I do.
I don't have any, and I'm thinking about it, and I just have
Yes, you
to.
must. You must, because this is an age of branding, selling, presentation. It's very
Yeah.
important now, because if you're not seen then and talked, I mean, that's our job now also. Like you
Right,
are in
right,
public,
right.
so that
Yes.
that awareness has to be created.
And two of my students are right now doing a watch party of this adda, of this
Wow.
conversation, and they actually with me about
Doing the
my
fear.
PR and doing my PR and everything. They are so
Nice,
new.
nice.
So
Yeah,
thanks to
it's
you
important.
guys.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm
So
thinking about it.
I'm running a little bit out of time. So if you allow, I can read two more comments actually.
Sure.
Uh,
Sure.
okay. So someone, his name is Naveed Hassan. He's asking like, I need to know what kind of difficulties or differences one theater actor faces when the person goes in front of camera to act for first time or in early stage.
Okay.
And one
Go, Manoj.
complimentary comments like it's really treat to watch you three together during this lockdown. His name is Shikdar Diamond. Yeah,
Yes.
the question.
Okay,
Go,
so
Manoj.
Dada, okay, I'm telling. Actually, in theater, there's a clean technical difference between theater acting and uh, camera acting. Uh,
Mm.
but learning acting or being trained up about acting, or in the process of acting, there's no difference. There's difference only in technique, and that is in theater. It should be loud, like the dialogue, the body language, expression, everything should be loud, because of that the last audience should be watch and listen that clearly too. But in camera, the camera has the power to get closer to the actor and to go beyond from the actor. So camera can shift the point of view. Camera can go close and go wide. So we have to understand the technique, that what's the difference, technically difference in these two media. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the problem, that when an actor come from theater, he or she is loud, and in front of camera, she or he forgot that he or she has to be little down for the camera.
Mm.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Dada,
Vipin?
Cut and paste.
is it okay?
Cut and paste. What Manoj said, I'll cut and paste it. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. There is no difference. The only difference is the distance between you and the people you're trying to reach. That's the only
Mm.
difference. Yeah. Emotions, you have to have both times.
Both
Absolutely.
you need to carry the emotions, right?
Yeah.
Because I have, I think I'm going to ask like three more last questions. This time I want to ask like, can an artist make a difference in society by doing what they're doing? For both of you.
Hope so.
Okay.
Yes. Absolutely. Hopefully it will make a difference, because one thing that is really worrying me is that we made all the wonderful films in the world, we have all the wonderful literature in the world, but where we have reached is kind of quite unbelievable. I
Exactly.
I say where we've reached is the reason is greed. The greed has brought us here.
Mm.
We've cut down trees, we've destroyed nature. Whatever we say, wherever the whatever that shit is, the major reason is that we have destroyed the planet, and the major reason for that is greed. And so that's why I'm saying, I hope an artist changes the world, makes a difference in the world. And one thing which is very interesting right now, that the whole world is kept together by arts only. People are sitting at
Yeah.
home doing what? Watching movies, watching web. So that's what also has kept people kind of, inspired, especially the artists for sure. So yes, we can make a difference, but uh, the journey is very, very complicated and very, very difficult. Uh, my only hope is that from now onwards, world becomes aware of what's going on, and we do better this time in
Yeah.
version 2.0.
Uh,
Yes.
I want to add to that, like, uh, I don't hope that acting can, or what we actually do can change the world, can change the society. Because if it can change, then we have a lot of literatures and films and music, painting, everything. The world should be so nice that we have all this, but it's not happening. So I can't be hopeful about that. And the second thing is, being an actor, we are so we are not free actually. We can't create anything. We are just an element of a creator, I think. Yes, we have some, we can think, we can explore something, we can give our creativity to what we are doing, but we are not free. We are all not all free that we can make a change. Basically, we are an element of a creator, like a director or a writer. That's it.
Any counter thoughts, Vipin?
No, no,
No?
that makes sense. The change happens on a very small scale, and definitely, uh, whatever movies we see, whatever we read, it does make a difference. And the only thing that might have happened, despite what I said earlier, maybe the number of filmmakers and actors have increased. Maybe that's what the purpose of arts, literature, film is. The increase the number of the people who are practicing it. So maybe that number has gone way up. Uh, yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe that change occurs within that community. And the also problem with arts is that it you can't preach it. It has to really affect deeply on its own. Otherwise, it becomes preaching or propaganda. So that's also a part of that comes with the territory.
Mm, mm. Yeah, we are almost at the end of this show. I have two specific questions to Vipin. Number one is like, can you give 3 to 5 Vipin tips to the young actors here?
Uh, if you have, my only tip is, if you think you are good at something, then it
Mm,
becomes your responsibility. Take it as a responsibility, not something that will give you money, fame, whatever. It's a responsibility. Accept it and then be responsible with it. That's the greatest thing I've learned that I can share. And also perseverance, keep going, keep at it. Don't give up. Don't lose hope. Keep going.
mm. Yep, wonderful.
Right?
And the next one is like, can you suggest one book, one film to watch, and if you have anything in your mind to listen, music, these three
I did.
things.
I didn't understand. Your voice was cutting off.
Uh,
What?
can
What?
you can you
What book?
suggest can you suggest one book to read and one film to watch and any music that we should listen?
One book to read. Like, what kind of book?
Anything
I
like
don't.
literature or like anything
Uh,
academic or anything.
in Bengali, there's so many amazing writers. I don't know. So
Mm.
read one of them. Read any of them. There's great music there. I'm not familiar with it, and so my suggestions will not make any sense, because I will be suggesting something that I have my own connections with. See, there are no easy way outs by reading something that you will get something. It's something
Yeah.
that you need to find on your own. It's your journey. If you're open to reading good literature, some book will enter your life. If you're really
Oh,
open
wow.
to great music, some music will enter your soul. You know, it's a personal thing. I can name hundreds of books and whatever music and whatever. It makes no sense because they are my own kind of. You know, everybody has a book that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You will find the person who's asking. You will find your own book for sure.
yep.
You know, with that you can go on the Google and do a great search on great literature in the world. You will find so many books. So for me to say
That's
something,
nice.
I don't feel I have authority to do that actually.
That was honest. Yeah, and useful.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yep. Right.
We are at the end of this show. So from Manoj, anything to Vipin, like as last, thing from you.
I have one more question to Dada. That when we are going to meet? This is the question.
Let's hope when all this is over,
Yeah.
we create something, some kind of an event,
Yeah.
and then try and meet and maybe do something productive with it. For sure,
Sure.
I'm open
Sure.
for that.
Sure,
Absolutely.
Dada.
Absolutely.
We'll meet very soon, I hope.
Absolutely.
So
Yes, yes.
apart from the collaborative film that will produced by Manoj and directed by Vipin, anything else coming out from you, Vipin? Like next, what is big coming
I
next?
am
Big.
I'm writing dialogues for a web series as we speak. I also made a film in Goa. It's a
Oh,
short film.
wow.
Bit of a difficult film. I've been working on it for a very long period of time, which looks like it's almost done now. It has no dialogues. It's 3 short stories put together in the Goan monsoons. So that I will be releasing the poster very soon, and the film I'll start sending to the festivals. Other than that, I have a couple of scripts that I was telling you earlier about that I've written, and I would like to have them made maybe in the coming year. So
Wow.
let's
Wonderful.
keep our fingers
Yeah,
crossed
my
and
my
hope that
my fingers
yeah.
crossed.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm so happy to have you in this initiative, and I think uh, from this session, Manoj, you are being a part of this journey also, and definitely there will be something together coming next. Even it could be a educational session, like through you to the
Anything.
university students, and Vipin will join to talk his experience to the young talented filmmakers. Yes, I hope so, and
And
definitely there will be film. Yeah, go ahead.
one thing I want to share that when I posted that poster on my Facebook page and profile, many of my students and many of my friends asked me that you are going to get a live with Vipin Sharma. Oh my God! Those reaction was like this, and my students they are really eager to meet you and to talk you and to get your experience from you. So
Absolutely. Let's do that.
uh, so we will definitely
Let's
arrange
plan
it,
it.
I think, and Arif can do that.
Yeah, I
Sure.
can do the matchmaking thing. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, we are end of the show. Thank you so much. And this moment finally, in front of me. I don't want to say goodbye, but I have to. I'm feeling so
See you
sad.
soon. Let's say see you
Yeah,
soon.
See you. See you. See you
see you
soon,
soon.
See you
Dada.
soon,
And
Manoj. Ari.
I often visit India, so definitely next time I will meet you,
Yeah.
and
Whenever
we'll have
you guys
something
are here.
together. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Manoj. Thank
Thanks.
you,
Okay.
Vipin.
Thank you.
Take
Manoj,
care.
lovely meeting you. Bye, guys.
Hey, Dada,
Bye.
namaste.
Bye.
Namaste. Adab.
Bye.
Bye bye. Good
Bye.
night.
Bye.
সবাই ভালো
Bye. Good
থাকবেন।
night.
Bye bye.
খুব ভালো।
How to cut the line?